Hello again, it's Reverend Chris Taylor here. Today I'm going to read from Winnie the Pooh by A A Milne with wonderful illustrations by E. Shepherd. This is chapter 10 of the book and it's called In Which Christopher Robin Gives a Pooh Party and We Say Goodbye. This is part 1. Part 2 will come tomorrow. One day, when the sun had come back over the forest, bringing with it the scent of May, and all the streams of the forest were tinkling happily to find themselves their own pretty shape again, and the little pools lay dreaming of the life they had seen and the big things they had done, and in the warmth and quiet of the forest, the cuckoo was trying over his voice carefully and listening to see if he liked it. And wood pigeons were complaining gently to themselves in their lazy, comfortable way that it was the other fellow's fault. But it didn't matter very much. On such a day as this, Christopher Robin whistled in a special way he had, and Owl came flying out of the 100-acre wood to see what was wanted. "Owl," said Christopher Robin, "I'm going to give a party." "You are you?" said Owl. "And it's to be a special sort of party, because it's because of what Pooh did when he did what he did to save Piglet from the flood." "Oh, that's what it's for, is it?" said Owl. "Yes. So will you tell Pooh as quickly as you can, and all the others, because it'll be tomorrow." "Oh, it will it?" said Owl, still being as helpful as possible. "So will you go and tell them, Owl?" There they are. Can you see Owl and Christopher Robin? It's great, isn't it? Owl tried to think of something very wise to say, but couldn't. So he flew off to tell the others, and the first person he told was Pooh. "Pooh," he said, "Christopher Robin is giving a party." "Oh," said Pooh, and then seeing that Owl expected him to say something else, he said, "Will there be those little cake things with pink sugar icing?" Owl felt that it was rather beneath him to talk about little cake things with pink sugar icing. So he told Pooh exactly what Christopher Robin had said, and flew off to Eeyore. There's a picture of Pooh checking himself out in a mirror. "A party? For me?" thought Pooh to himself. "How grand!" And he began to wonder if all the other animals would know that it was a special Pooh party, and if Christopher Robin had told them about the floating bear and the brain of Pooh and all the wonderful ships he had invented and sailed on. And he began to think how awful it would be if everybody had forgotten about it and nobody quite knew what the party was for. And the more he thought like this, the more the party got muddled in his mind, like a dream when nothing goes right. The dream began to sing itself over in his head until it became a sort of song. It was an anxious Pooh song. "3 cheers for Pooh." "For who?" "For Pooh. Why, what did he do? I thought you knew. He saved his friend from a wetting." "3 cheers for Bear." "For where?" "For Bear. He couldn't swim, but he rescued him." "He rescued who?" "Oh, listen, do. I'm talking of Pooh." "Of who?" "Of Pooh. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting." "Well, Pooh was a bear of enormous brain." "Just say it again." "Of enormous brain." "Of enormous what?" "Well, he ate a lot, and I don't know if he could swim or not, but he managed to float on a sort of boat." "On a sort of what?" Well, a sort of pot, so now let's give him 3 hearty cheers. So now let's give him 3 hearty witches, and hope he'll be with us for years and years, and grow in health and wisdom and riches. 3 cheers for Pooh. For who? For Pooh. 3 cheers for Bear. For where? For Bear. 3 cheers for the wonderful Winnie the Pooh. Just tell me, somebody, what did he do? While this was going on inside him, Owl was talking to Eeyore. Eeyore, said Owl, Christopher Robin is giving a party. Very interesting, said Eeyore. I suppose they'll be sending me down the odd bits which got trodden on. Kind and thoughtful, not at all, don't mention it. There's an invitation for you. What's that like? An invitation? Yes, I heard you. Who dropped it? This isn't anything to eat. It's asking you to the party. Tomorrow. Eeyore shook his head slowly. You mean Piglet, the little fellow with the excited ears. That's Piglet, I'll tell him. That's Piglet, I'll tell him. No, no, said Owl, getting quite fussy. It's you. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Christopher Robin said all of them. Tell all of them. All of them? Except Eeyore. All of them, said Owl sulkily. Ah, said Eeyore. A mistake, no doubt. But still, I shall come. Only don't blame me if it rains. But it didn't rain. Christopher Robin had made a long table out of some long pieces of wood, and they all sat round it. Christopher Robin sat at one end, and Pooh sat at the other, and between them on one side were Owl, Eeyore, and Piglet, and between them on the other side were Rabbit and Roo and Kanga. And all Rabbit's friends and relations spread themselves about on the grass and waited hopefully in case anybody spoke to them or dropped anything or asked them the time. And that's the end of part 1.